Yeah, breathe that in. 30 years, you're gonna get like lung cancer or something.
Damn, man, you got me, bro. Fuck, I didn't even think of that.
GG's.
GG, man.
I am Batman. I mean, average sniper.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Average Sniper here, bringing you another PUBG video. And if you guys have ever seen any of my other videos or streams for PUBG, you probably know that one of the things I live to do in PUBG is camp the bridge. There is nothing better than a good choke point in a game that enemies are forced to come through heavy gunfire. So if you get a circle like this, I know you can't see it right now, but it is a bridge camping or blocking circle. So what's the difference between a bridge block and a bridge camp? Alright, so bridge block is when you have enough vehicles to actually stop people in their tracks from driving over the bridge. They have to crash into your vehicle barricade and just get shredded. A bridge camp is when you have one vehicle or no vehicles and you make it onto the bridge before anyone else and you shoot everyone out of their cars or shoot all the flankers as they try to get over, around, and under the bridge through the water. So I ran onto the bridge. A bold move, actually. I did not have a vehicle, and I made it all the way across the bridge. There was nobody here. And then I saw this guy who was back at the end of the bridge also looked like he didn't have a vehicle. So I figured he's probably going to go find a boat. So I'm like, that's not good. He obviously saw me. That's probably why he didn't continue over the bridge. He probably saw that I beat him here. He's like, all right, I got to get a boat. And if you listen real close, you can hear the boat right now pulling up. All right, so the boat is pulled up. And I'm pretty sure this guy is about to jump off the boat, and there he is. Very, very, very predictable thing he did right there. I decided not to go loot him because I thought it was a risk not worth taking. I'm like, you know what? I've already got this good position on the bridge. I'm just going to get back here and try and, shoot the shit out of some cars that drive over. I did not have a sniper rifle. What I got here is an M4 with a 6x scope and tons of ammo for it. And then as a secondary, I believe I have the Bison. And the Bison's a pretty good close range gun. This guy starts just driving straight at me, doing the zigzag thing. I mean, what else was he gonna do? Pretty confident I could get him because of how easy it was to follow his movements with that car, those wide zigzaggings. That grenade kind of spooked me. I'm like, where did that grenade come from? I'm still not 100% sure, but I think there's a guy under the bridge. Actually, I'm almost certain that's where it came from. A guy under the bridge threw it on top of the bridge. Because if you look what happens here in just a second, you'll see that I get flanked pretty hard from a guy that runs up to the side of the bridge. Look at that circle, man. That is a beautiful, beautiful bridge camping or blocking circle. Man, if I had more time, I would have liked to get cars and made it a full bridge block. So what I'm doing here is this guy at the end, I know he has a sniper rifle. I know that because the way he stopped his car and knew I was on the other end. He wanted to snipe me. So I'm like, I'm not going to give him the chance. But then this guy comes up and just starts doing all this crazy movement. And I'm like, I'm not going to stop shooting my gun. I'm just going to let this guy know. I know he's there. And I finally got him. He could not get away from those bullets, man. So look at this. I stand up. And this guy smacks me with the gun. Actually, you know what? It didn't sound like a sniper rifle. It sounded like an assault rifle. But he smacked me with it, and I didn't feel like giving him the advantage because he's actually in the blue zone right now. This guy's either going to have to jump off the bridge or come straight to me. And he decides to do the latter. Here he comes. And that was a pretty easy kill. Got a nice little body shot and then a headshot on him. That guy was probably super pissed because, I mean, how else are you going to play it, though? He wanted me to engage him when he was the one in the blue and had to go to me. I think only an idiot would do that. I definitely didn't want to do that. I was like, I'm just going to stick to my advantage here. This guy in the buggy surprised me. He comes flying across the bridge, way out of the blue, with hardly any health, and somehow I got a headshot on him after he drove past. I thought he might get away, but then I got that lucky headshot and took him out. So I decided since the zone's pretty far, I better take one of these Jeeps, which is actually a good idea because as soon as I get in the Jeep, I start taking enemy fire. So I wanted to loot, grab a little more ammo, but I did end up getting a or I forget whether it was a Car 98 or M24 off one of the guys that I looted. And I don't know if I actually end up using it though, but it's always a good idea to have a bolt action sniper rifle with a long range scope, because there are going to be tons of people with sniper rifles in the end game. That seems to be the meta right now, is sniper rifles at the end game. Everybody seems to have a bolt action with a 6x or an 8x scope, so that's definitely the way to go. So I decided to drive up here and try my luck, thinking there's definitely somebody in this building. I heard some people moving around in the other building, so I decided to back off from the building a little bit and take some cover behind this tree out here. I thought that might be a good place if somebody attacks my building. And as soon as I get behind the tree, I hear a grenade blow up, and I'm like, okay, so good idea. This guy probably thinks I'm still in the building here, so I'm just going to chill on this tree and see if he tries to flank around. If he tries to flank around the building, I should be able to take him out pretty easily. So then another guy shows up right over there. I'm like, he saw me. He took a shot. And then this guy just appears out of nowhere, the guy I was originally waiting for. So now this sniper guy that was out here is kind of in the wind, and I'm like, oh, shit. I hear a grenade. I'm like, all right, let me try and flank this guy. But apparently, this guy had the same idea as me, because here he is. And he started lighting me up even behind cover. I had to, like, take him out quick, because even though I was behind cover, he was still getting hits on me somehow. I was like, dude, this guy's insane. But he didn't have any cover, so he got tore up pretty quick right there. At this point, I'm like, I got like 30 seconds before the zone comes in, and there's definitely no way I can make it on foot. So I'm gonna have to take this beat up old Jeep that I'm so glad I drove over here. I'm so glad I drove this Jeep over here, even though it's got like no health. Like, look at the health on this Jeep. I think 2 to 3 bullets would probably take this Jeep out. So my plan is just to get it to the safe zone, or get it as close to the safe zone as possible without getting completely destroyed in a vehicle explosion, because somebody just shot my Jeep a couple times. So I decided it's probably a good idea to stop right here before the circle so I can run the rest of the way on foot. The last thing I want to do is drive my Jeep into the circle and stop it, because that tells people exactly where I am. I made a bold move and grabbed another Jeep and decided I wanted to get as close to the water as possible, knowing full well that there's going to be somebody out here already. I can even hear the gunshots. There is always somebody out here at these cliffs when the circle ends at the military base Sosnovka Island. So I'm really surprised that guy didn't kill me. Honestly, he had every advantage on me when I was driving up there. I think he just potatoed me, guys. I think he just potatoed me. I decided to get away from that Jeep because it's going to blow up any second. Some guy was sniping from pretty far away, and I didn't really see him. But then I heard a boat pulling up. After I got healed up, I hear another boat pulling up. I'm like, what is it with the boats? What is it with the boats in this match, man? I keep hearing the boats pull up. So I'm like, all right, this guy pulled up somewhere over here, and he definitely did. There he is right there. So that brings us into the double digits. We are now at 10 kills, and this is the point where you might not be sure if you were going to win the dinner before. You might have thought, well, I'll just play for fun. But at this point, you're 10 kills in. There's only 3 people left. You want that dinner so bad. You want it so bad. Now, this last guy that we just saw died in the play zone, and I just noticed that when I was in the game. So now it's just me versus one other guy. I did hear the shot come from somewhere over there, and I do have to move towards the safe zone. So I decided I better move now instead of waiting for the blue to push me, because this guy probably doesn't know where I am right now, and I don't want to give him all the time in the world to shoot me when the blue starts pushing in. So I cautiously start approaching, staying as close as I can to these trees for cover, when I catch a glimpse of this guy right in front of me at that tree on the other side of the circle. So I take a shot at him, and I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure whether that shot connected, but I decided I was going to have to be aggressive with this guy. I wanted to get towards the edge of the circle and force him to come to me. So my plan was to get to that tree in front of me, because he's obviously down there at that rock. So my grenade tosses were pretty bad, but they weren't necessarily meant to kill the guy. They were just kind of meant to, like, shock and awe, like keep him in place. I don't want him moving up to that tree, because that's how I'm going to force him to move towards me. He starts getting some hits on me, and I start thinking, oh, fuck. You know, so I pull my last grenade out, but it's a smoke, and this guy just charges me. And I somehow get the kill on him, even though my health is completely gone. Like, I magnified it. There is nothing left. I don't know how that happened, but it was an amazing match, and I was very happy to have got that chicken dinner. I was so excited. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video or the next live stream. Later.